Hello, this is George. I want to talk about our discussions this morning. Absolute great start to it. I appreciate all the effort everybody's putting in and kind of digging into the level one and level two evaluations. I wanted to bring this up because there's the scenario here is a lot to do with real life because you are going to have to ask your boss or other stakeholders or things like that. Basically, questions where you find out what's important to them, and then you're going to work that through. And where that's going to be important is how you give the feedback from the evaluation to those people because they want to see what's important to them, they'll with them. So you'll have all the data, but the how is where it gets into the different people who are going to look at it and things like that. So it is part art, part science. Well, mostly science, but the delivery of it is where the art comes in because you have to talk to everybody. What's important to you? What do you think should have, those types of questions. And then how the evaluation is presented to them. Is it going to be in a bar chart? Is it going to be in a pie chart? Is it going to be some metric, uh, that the shop keeps? How is it going to be represented? That is highly important because that's how we know if we're effective or not. And that's how we tell others that we're effective or not. So I don't know if anybody's been a part of an ineffective training organization. It's hard to get things like funding and things like that. That's why these evaluations are so important. And one thing, when you look at the methods and explaining, you can be brief. Everybody's doing an excellent job in there currently. And when you do talk about the methods, just say I would use, and then, kind of describe the instrument, if you will, and then explain how you would administer it, analyze the results. So remember, we want those results tagged into the bottom line of their work somehow. So are they providing, are they uh, learning, how did they react to the initial training? We want that tied in to our value as a training department as well. So it's sometimes kind of a fine line that we walk in between. And then week 4, the learning application. We're going to go look at the case studies, and they are actual case studies. I think everybody's read them by now. And the key here is, for me, is the first and last question again: did they actually obtain the data needed to determine appropriate levels of learning? That's important because what are we doing as a training organization if we're not hitting those targets that we've made? We have to readjust what we're doing. So those are very important. And if our evaluation doesn't measure what we need it to measure, we never know, and we'll never know what we don't know. So we have to make sure that our evaluation is repeatable, valid, everything else, and consistent. And then discuss the value of level 2 data in comparison to level 1. We've had some good discussions on this so far. We're going to dig in further into that this week as well because there is huge differences. Level 1s are smile sheets, but they do give us um, data that we need to make sure, okay, are we on track? Because remember, if we're not getting what we want for level 4, we got to go down to level 3. That doesn't happen going down to level 2. So it's just like a constant drill down so we know where the disconnect or issue happened. So good luck on the discussions this week, and I will see you on the in the discussion.